I enjoyed that match so much. Those two, their feud is getting more and more exciting for me to watch develop. And it's awesome to see these two stars, these two young wrestlers in AEW start off the show. And they definitely set the bar and set the tone for the show. And oh my gosh, there's so many great moments in this match. I feel like Wheeler Yuta has found his match with MJF, and I feel like MJF brings out that aggression that I don't believe I've seen before from Wheeler, which is great. Like as we like to say when I'm talking to my fellow wrestling friends, Wheeler has found his dance partner in the ring, because these two are so good. I loved the reversals. I loved the German suplexes from Wheeler Yuta. The crazy counter that MJF did on Wheeler was absolutely insane. I think he did a powerbomb backbreaker. Like, the combo was redonkulous. I was going off. It was so freaking good. Like, oh my gosh. It is so refreshing. Like I said before, like, these two young wrestlers, it's so refreshing to see the future be pushed. MJF won the match, and Wheeler Yuta was trying to have MJF give him a handshake, and I was thinking that he wasn't going to do it because, you know, it's MJF, he's a douchebag. But he was conflicted, and you can see it in his face. Like, he is such a good actor. Like, he didn't want to, but he wanted to. And Wheeler was just like, come on, be a man, shake my hand. It's such a ROH tradition, you know, for two wrestlers to shake each other's hand out of respect. So as he's going to do it, then freaking Lee Moriarty comes in and attacks Wheeler. And MJF's like, dude, what are you doing? I didn't ask you to do that. What's going on? And Lee's like, yo, like, come on. Like, this is what we do. You know, we on retainer. Like, we here. And then Stokely's out on ringside. It's just like, come on, man, here you go. Gives him his ring that he normally uses to punch people in the face. And he took it, but he took it so, like, apprehensively. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I don't want to say that he's turning face like that. MJF has so much more to do in his heel run. Like, we know him as a heel, and he's great at a heel, but I feel like he would be believable as a face as well because of how great of an actor he is. But he just excels in heelism. New word on Wrestle Capsule, heelism with MJF. He's such a complex character, such a complex wrestler, that he can have these moments of, well, maybe I should give a handshake. Well, maybe I should help this person. That humanity, he has that sense of humanity, even if it's for a quick second. So it was so dope to see that. And what was also cool within that segment was when William Regal was just like, F this, you're not gonna be coming at my Blackpool cool club. What? Wheeler Yuta, no, you're not. And he had his own brass knuckles, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, Regal about to knuckle up. And MJF's like, no, I ain't gonna do it. So Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin. Now, I feel like this was great booking. This is a really good booking move because of how these two wrestle. Like, Darby Allin, he's this small dude, so quick, and he has great moves. He throws his body around like nobody's business. So to see these two in the ring, this was another match that I enjoyed watching. Throughout the whole match, which was crazy, was that Jay Lethal was just tearing at Darby Allin's leg the entire match. Like, he was dominating him the entire match. And then, of course, there were certain times where, you know, Darby Allin was making his comeback, but Jay had that. At one point, I think Darby Allin and Jay Lethal were on the top rope, and I was like, oh shoot, it's about to go down. But then Jay reversed it and did like this avalanche dragon screw, and I was just like, what the? That came out of nowhere. Like, Jay Lethal is so freaking good. Darby Allin hit Jay with a Last Supper, and pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. And then Jay's crew was trying to get him to beat Darby up, and then they wanted to get in the ring, and then Darby was trying to have Jay Lethal shake his hand, and then he eventually did it, grudgingly, but he did it. So the next match of the night was a match between the TNT champion Wardlow versus Brian Cage. Maybe I've been laying under and sleeping under a rock, but it's been a while since I've seen Brian Cage. And he was always one of my favorite powerhouse wrestlers in AEW. So to see powerhouse, see these two wrestle each other, power versus power, was very entertaining for me. It was so good. And they were doing moves that you wouldn't expect these big, bulky wrestler guys to do. Yes. When Wardlow hit Cage with a hurricanrana, I was just like, so we big boys do this now. Cage hit Wardlow with a T Harris, and then Wardlow hit Cage with a 619. I'm just like, what the fudge is going on here? What the fudge is going on here? Wardlow retained the TNT championship. One of the funny parts and highlights for me outside of the wrestling matches, was Britt Baker's promo when she was in the back and she was saying how Saraya is not medically cleared to compete, and how she should be shipped back in bubble wrap to where she came from. Britt, you messy. But this led into the trios match. So apparently it's Team Britt Baker versus Team Saraya. So at trios match, it was Penelope Ford, Serena Deeb, and Jamie Hayter versus Athena, the interim AEW World Women's Champion, Toni Storm. Still a lot of words. And Willow Nightingale. And I was like, okay, Willow, get it. What was cool was seeing how people popped for Jamie. Like, people are for Jamie. Like, really for Jamie. And people are really for Serena Deeb, which is so dope, because these two women, especially Serena Deeb, the professor of wrestling, like, needs a lot more recognition than they're getting. So it was cool to see these 6 women have a match. So overall with this match, I feel like this trios match was used. This is probably gonna be like an obvious B. No shiznit, Sherlock. This match was used to not only showcase the women in the division, but it was to cram in a whole bunch of women in one segment, in one match. Now, there's people that are saying this is not enough. It's still the same division, yada yada yada. But I'm sorry, I'm just going to take what I can get from AEW, and the fact that I'm seeing 6 women have a match, I'll take it. Penelope Ford was doing the dang thing. Serena was, Athena, like everybody in this match held their weight. Like, they did what they had to do, and I enjoyed the match. I need to see Toni Storm and Serena Deeb have a match again, because every time those two get in the ring together, I get so pumped. I get so freaking pumped. Shoot, I would love to see Jamie have the title. I mean, I love Toni Storm, don't get me wrong, and she's definitely proving that she is the leader, that she is the champion, even though she is interim. Like, where she is great. But I mean, I would love to see Jamie. I would love to see Sabrina. And it was lovely seeing, I'm so proper, the storytelling between Jamie Hayter and Willow Nightingale. Like, those two, I remember they had their match on Rampage last Friday, and that was great. Jamie won. But it was cool to see them go at it again. And I loved seeing Willow get the shine, like just get that's my girl. Like, yes, she's one of my rising star favorites right now. Like, other than the fact that her hair is purple, my favorite color is purple, and she has curly hair, and we're curly hair sisters. Besides that, like, she is so good. She did that spine buster, and then she was just tearing it up. Even when Penelope Ford did that crazy back arch, and then she hit the cutter, I was just like, get it, girl. And it was really cool to see Willow pin for the 1, 2, 3. Like, I was just, Yo, the elatedness on her face was priceless. And so Team Saraya won, and you know, they're all celebrating in the ring. And then Britt Baker comes in and gets all up in Saraya's face. And then Saraya was like, not today. And then she popped her, and then they started fighting, and then all 6 women started fighting. I'm just like, okay, Saraya, okay, you not medically cleared. Like, you need to chill out, sis. Like, she yanked that like one crutch out of Rebel's hand, because you know Rebel's always on ringside trying to cheat and help Britt and her crew win. So she was doing that, and Saraya yanked that and was just like, what are you doing? I was just like, calm down, sis. Saraya, calm down. So to see her fighting and stuff like that, so she fighting with Britt, she takes her out, and then Rebel's in the ring and she's begging, please, no, please help me, please stop. Then Saraya hits her with a super kick. And like, of course, people were excited to see Saraya do some sort of fighting, wrestling, some sort of something, even if it was just a punch and a super kick. So I noticed that people were not as excited to see Saraya as they were when she first debuted on Dynamite. And I feel like a part of that has everything to do with some wrestling fans thinking that Saraya pissed on WWE during her promo last week. So people are upset. People are triggered. And she's been clapping back and forth, and then there's a lot of fans, wrestling fans out there who hate her boyfriend, Ronnie Radke, whatever, because of all the other stuff that he said and done. So I was just like, that's a whole lot of drama, and you just came back. But besides all that, it was cool seeing her be in the ring, but I wonder how much of that is she going to do? And yeah, I'm just wondering where that's gonna go. I'm pretty sure people are looking forward to a Britt Baker and a Saraya match, but I don't know how likely that is right now. But what I am looking forward to is Willow Nightingale having a match with Jade Cargill on Rampage on Friday for the TBS Championship. But I have a feeling it's going to be 39-0. I have a feeling that Jade Cargill is going to retain the TBS Championship. Would someone please take that belt off that woman? There's only been one person that's held that belt, and it's Jade. So I would love, that would be great if Willow could win it, but I feel like it's highly unlikely, which sucks. So Rush versus Hangman Adam Page. Overall, this match was okay. It wasn't bad at all. Towards the beginning of the match, I think Rush was like, he took a cord off the ground and like whipped Page with it, and then started choking him out while the referee Aubrey wasn't paying attention. I'm just like, where are you? Oh, it's because she was being distracted by Rush's manager, whatever. Either way, stop cheating all the time. Rush was definitely dominating the match. The straight jacket power driver by Rush was dope, but then the buckshot lariat that Hangman Adam Page put on that boy was night. You gotta go night. Like Hangman Adam Page, after that lariat, like it was done. Like he pinned for the 1, 2, 3 and it was done. Yo, this squash match between Luchasaurus and Fuego del Sol, like stop. Have several seats with that. Fuego del Sol, granted he's a little guy, but he's a good wrestler for a little guy, okay? He's a little good guy, all right? But yeah, Luchasaurus had that, and then Jungle Boy came out of nowhere and bust Luchasaurus with a steel chair. And I'm still waiting. I can't wait until Christian. I hope Christian is faking with that arm injury, because I'm waiting for this Jungle Boy and Christian match to happen. I don't want no Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy, even though it would be interesting because they ex-best friends, but I don't want to see that. Come on, give the people, you got to give the people what they want.
And you got to give the people what they want.
I want to see Jungle Boy versus Christian, but I guess we're going to settle for Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, so I'm just like, whatever. So the main event was a match between pro wrestlers versus sports entertainers. So you have Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Overall, great match. Great main event. So good. So freaking good. Kind of distracting with all the F you Sammy chants, with all the you still suck Sammy chants. Like these people in DC gave no F's at all. Like I feel like every single person on Twitter, on wrestling Twitter, was there in that stadium, arena, just going at it on Sammy. Like, it was so distracting. Like, people are really pissed about this whole Twitter exchange and the whole backstage drama between Sammy Guevara and Andrade. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not gonna even get into it. Like, I'm not gonna get into it. Apparently, Andrade threw the hands, and Sammy didn't. Sammy never throws hands, right? Sammy's never the one to blame. But I'm not gonna even go there because it doesn't matter. What it boils down is Sammy was in the match, and even though Sammy was throwing down, like Sammy was like putting on all the dope moves. Even Sammy did a standing Spanish fly at one point, and then at one point he did like a shooting star press. Like it did not matter in DC. People did not care. They were just still saying, "You still suck. You still suck." And I'm like, come on, y'all could be mad all y'all want. Y'all could be mad all y'all want and hate Sammy as a person. But come on, you can't tell me that those moves that he was putting on in that match wasn't dope. Like, let's be real here, folks. I'm telling you, Sammy could have jumped in a ring, levitated, flew across the ring, and gave every single person in that arena free pizza, free delicious pizza. And they still would have booed him.
Unacceptable!
Like, it didn't matter what he did. They still would have booed him. Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho won the match because, Chris Jericho is going to cheat. I think he hit Daniel Garcia with his Ring of Honor World Championship belt. And then that's how Sammy was able to pin. He's out here cheating. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen. Like I said, I need that match. I need that Jericho and Garcia match ASAP. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought about Wednesday Night Dynamite. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. Let me know what you guys want to see from Wrestle Capsule. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off. Bye.